Final round of BPL19 action. We've had to stop shop, pick up the cameras, move the rinks, because this is the match that we are going to bring you. The Tasmania Tridents against the Tweed Heads Ospreys. It's got the most permutations around it. The ramifications for the loser they are dire, because the loser will pretty much be out of contention. They have started, actually. They've gone a little bit earlier before the gun has been fired, but it is the Ospreys and the Tridents. Aaron Tees, Chloe Stewart and Corey Wedlock, the defending champions, with their coach Wayne Turley, up against Rebecca Van Ash, Rob McMullen and Taylor Mayle. Val Febo, my name for this final round of Rinkside Live action at the BPL. Andrew Howie, the events manager at Bowls Australia, joins me once again. Howie, welcome back.
Thanks, Val. Thanks for having me, and good morning everyone at home. Exciting final round of BPL19. Plenty to play for. We still have 8 teams in contention to make the top 5 for the finals tonight. So, very exciting.
One team was eliminated in that first round this morning. That was the Gold Coast Hawks, going down to the Sydney Lions in straight sets. But the ladder, as it stands, we've got the live scores on the right-hand side of your screen as well, between the other 3 matches that have ramifications or can shape the finals. We've got the Pulse. They're on top of the table on 10 wins. The Lions also on 10 wins. So both of them, they're probably through. 10 wins generally gets you in.
Yeah.
The Moreton Bay Pirates and the Perth Suns, they are on 9 wins. The Moreton Bay Pirates and the Perth Suns, so 9 and 8, respectively. They're playing now, so that's got a lot of ramifications for the loser. The Pirates in 3rd, the Tridents in 4th, the Steamers in 5th, the Ospreys in 6th. 3rd to 6th, all on 9 wins and 8 losses from the matches so far. The loser of this is pretty much done. They'll have to rely on other results. The Suns on 8 wins, the Pioneers on 8 wins, both a chance. If the Pioneers beat the Hawks, they could have had a Lazarus-type run into the finals, like their run in BPL 18 in November, where they leapt off the canvas to finish 4th. The Hawks and the Extreme, they're 9th and 10th. They're both out of contention to make it. But starting here, it is Aaron Tees leading for Corey Wedlock, and it is Taylor Mayle, or Beck Van Ash, leading for Rob McMullen. Now they have confirmed that they are swapping skips based on rink, and Taylor Mayle skipped the majority of the last match, or he skipped the entirety of it.
Yep.
And now Rob McMullen, based on his strength on rink 3, he'll be skipping.
Yeah, very interesting tactic that. Obviously, for those that tuned in this morning, Taylor Mayle played brilliant. He basically converted 3 or 4 of the ends in the first set to get them across the line, and now they've started with Robert McMullen. But as I said in the earlier coverage, he has been on fire this week and playing well. So they don't lose anything with Robert now skipping. So it looks like Tweed Heads holding shot.
So, of course, we did have a few gremlins in our Facebook feed this morning. So if there are any dramas, please head to YouTube and make sure that you get the best coverage possible, because this is a huge morning. 8 teams still a chance of making the BPL 19 finals. We still don't know the lay of the land, and that is why we love it so, so much. So the TV rink, we can't see the Hawks taking on the Pioneers, but we'll bring you live updates. Of course, you can follow along as well. Results.bowlslink.com.au or the Bowls Now app. The Extreme taking on the Lions on Ring 4. Our match, Tridents and the Ospreys. Ring 3, Pulse and the Steamers. Ring 2, that's a huge match as well. Steamers need to win to keep themselves alive. The Pirates and the Suns, they're on the far rink. Pirates have taken the first end. The Ospreys have taken the first end here as well. That is a decent start for them. Aaron Tees back on the mark. So just a single for Tweed Heads.
Yeah, they'll be looking for, as I said with the ladder, it's so close, Val. A straight sets win here for the Ospreys gives them a chance to make the finals.
Well, their net sets are terrible. They're -6.
Yes, that's obviously the next deciding factor after points earned on the table. So, as we see, a great opening bowl by Aaron Tees.
So these two met on Wednesday in the afternoon session. And the Ospreys were the victors. They won that in a tiebreak. The first set went the way of the Tridents, 5-2. Ospreys fired back 8-1 and then took it by a shot in the tiebreaker. So the net sets for the Ospreys -6. The Tridents +3. So there's a reason why in the last match of the morning that they wanted to get that second set, even though they tied it.
Yeah, definitely.
Pushing them up to +4 would have done a lot of good for them, but
I think still either way, depending on results, they need to win this match just to make
100%.
sure they make it. So
win and in. That is the case.
See Beck just turning Teasy's bowl up. Bit unfortunate. So as Corey's indicated, get to the spot, Aaron. The head's set up pretty well at the moment, so get down to the spot.
The Ospreys, after winning the title, have only ever missed the finals once in their title defence. That was after they won in BPL 10. They missed the BPL 11 finals. They actually came last.
Yeah, amazing. They're very consistent. Obviously got two world-class players well, three, I should say, with Chloe, Aaron and Corey. Yeah, they're always thereabouts, Val, and claiming that, as obviously defending champions, claiming the title at Pine Rivers last year in November. I think if they can sneak into the finals, everyone's going to be worried of the Ospreys. Just they know what they can do. The Aaron T show on finals night.
Exactly. Well, it might be the Corey Wedlock show because he's been the skip since halfway through the second day. They changed. Aaron T's just not feeling it, and Corey Wedlock has just almost brought them off the canvas.
Yeah, so...
And at the moment...
Good opening shot there by Corey.
So the lead battle has gone the way of the Ospreys. So T's over the top of Van Ash at the present.
So Robert looking to draw the shot. He's pretty close. Just needs to run the journey. Oh, just looking for about a yard there. It's a big chance here for Corey on the forehand. Turning his own bowls up. Draws a toucher. Try to tuck it away from Tassie. Not far away. Just needs it to bend. Oh, unlucky. So Rowdy needs to find a yard of weight. Looking to draw the shot.
So Facebook.
Very close.
This morning, few more gremlins, Howie. So just head to the YouTube channel. That's where you're going to get the best coverage this morning. Just getting a few more comments coming through. But here's Corey Wedlock.
Yeah, looking for the Tassie bowl. Has 4 seconds. He's got the jack and it's bounced forward.
That's
Can you believe it?
unbelievable. So all of a sudden, with the control that Tweed seemed to have over this end, it could be a 2 to Tasmania if Rob McMullen can oblige here.
I would nearly say it's definitely going to be a 2, Val. He's got about 3 metres of room.
I never like to put the curse of the commentator on the bowlers, that's for sure. But
no, you could almost put your house on that one. He's done well.
So Rob McMullen obliges the Tasmania Tridents. Now, on a live ladder, they're back into the finals. 2-1 is the lead to the Tridents. No power play action as of yet.
So Tassie looking to go ditch to ditch here. They're looking to stretch to the length out. It's obviously a tactic they've employed over the last few days here at Moama. Not a bad opening bowl here by Beck.
All right, we are going to try and restart the Facebook feed and come back, and hopefully that is better, but stick to YouTube for now. But as you can see, the scores on the right-hand side of your screen, the Steamers, the Pulse. That is a huge match. The Steamers leading that 1-0 after 1. The Pirates on top of the Suns and the Hawks on top of the Pioneers. The Pioneers need to win. That's the case for them. They win and they're a shot. Their net sets are pretty good. Only 3 teams, Howie, have a negative net set, or 4 teams, sorry, have a negative net sets out of the 10.
Yeah, it'd be. So the games have been so close. There's been a lot of tie breaks this week. I'm not sure how that compares to previous events, but yeah, hence why there's not much movement in some of those net sets, and no team has really broken away from the pack and dominated.
The leading tally in terms of wins is a maximum of 11. So I feel like tonight we're going to see some upsets happen when the finals do eventually roll around, as Aaron Tees finishes close to where his first one did. Top spot also still on the line between the Pulse and the Lions. There's a bit of a battle there, as well as the Pirates as well. They could come into it.
Yeah.
Maybe even the Tridents, depending on results.
That's exactly right. That top two finish, as we all know, gets you that double chance in finals, which is so crucial.
Could the Tasmania Tridents finish on top of the ladder? There is a chance.
Potential, mate. Potential.
It's a Lloyd Christmas chance, but it's a chance nonetheless.
So as we can see, the Ospreys holding a couple of shots here. Just gets a little slide off the front and counts, so pressure on Rowdy.
I feel like he's been built for the pressure this week. Both the Tasmanian skips have. Taylor Mail in that last match that we covered this morning, he was something special against Alex Marshall, but then so was Rob McMullen last night against Carl Healy on the TV rink. His form was electric.
So he's playing weight, looking for connection or the jack. He's done well.
And I think, has he created one?
He has got the shot out of that. There is a lot of room, but he's done well there. They were 2 or 3 down. Had to make contact and did. So Corey Wedlock looking to draw the shot. Oh, he's just left the door open for Rowdy. Big bowl here. If he can really jump on and put the pressure on Corey.
Well, he just needs to get close. Because if he asks the question of Corey with his last bowl, who knows? Still one more left for both.
Needs a clear run.
Crashes in off his own and rubs all the way through.
Yeah, fortunate, but his weight was good. He had good speed. Okay, we've had a stat come through on the tie-break question I just raised. I had a feeling...
who's this come from?
Clive Adams might have been watching from home. He's just sent through that we've had 42 tie-breaks out of 85 games. Just under 50%, which is high. Normally, it's around the 42% mark. So...
what did you say, percentage-wise?
Just under 50% of the games have gone to tie-breaks, which is incredible. And just shows you there's nothing between these teams.
Well, even the night matches... Talk us through.
So Robert looking to take Corey Wedlock's bowl out. He's done well. What a shot.
Has he stayed on? No, he's gone into the ditch. So each night, Howie, we've actually had 3 tie breaks.
Wedlock with weight, looking for the jack or the bowl. He's got the jack and it's bounced forward.
You are kidding, but it has gone straight towards his own.
He's stiff. Jack in the pit was 2 and it's bounced forward to... they've still got the shot, but...
Beck can't help but laugh. Teasy can't help but laugh. 1. And that is a 2-all game.
He should have played a bit faster, Val. He would have bounced it forward for 3 instead of 1. But it was a great shot and interesting result there.
And that is a power play called, I believe. It is. And it's a Tasmania Tridents power play. 2 apiece, double shots on offer for the Tridents.
What a great start to this match.
Jeez, this has been entertaining. We've had little rubs come up as fortunate. We've had Jacks come forward.
Yeah, good opener there by Teasy.
Just to add to the drama, Andrew Howie. Just to add to the drama. So the Hawks lead the Pioneers 2-1 after 2 ends in the opening set. The Steamers in the Pulse. That's a big match next door.
I think there's just a big score on that rink, Val. I'm just waiting for the board to go up because I just didn't quite catch the paddles.
No.
It was 8 shots to Moama, so 4 on their power play turned into 8, so they now lead.
That's 11 to 1.
Pulse 11-1, so that's massive for the home team.
No, I think that was a 5 doubled to 10 because it was 1-1 after.
Yeah, you could be right there.
No,
Val.
it was a 5 doubled to 10 for the Steamers. And that set could be as good as done on the next rink over. What has Beck Van Ash got?
Quite going to get there, so be disappointed with that.
She's gotten a little bit breezy under the canopy here in Moama. What will that do for the bowlers' minds?
Yeah, so it does obviously play a part in the bowlers' thinking, I guess, Val. So it does affect the bowl a little bit. We're pretty lucky. The wind doesn't really get that much under the canopy here. So at Moama, but as we say, didn't worry, Aaron Tees. He's just drawn a front toucher.
So the Moreton Bay Pirates, they lead the Suns 3-1. The Suns need to win to give themselves any chance. After losing in a tiebreak to the Pulse this morning, Gary Kelly, bit of a fortunate result with his second to last bowl. Didn't have to play the last one. That's good from
Well played,
Beck Van Ash.
It's just kicked the jack forward to Tees' bowl, but it's a lot better.
Another jack forward.
Yeah, Rowdy be happy with that. It gives himself something to play to, so well done, Beck.
It is a power play for the Tasmania Tridents, so they would love to ensure that they win this end. But they've got 2 behind here, thanks to Beck Van Ash. But the furthest back is to the Ospreys. That rhythmic delivery of Corey Wedlock back in action.
Yeah, it's going to be very hard for Rowdy to remove the bowl without the jack. And Corey has sensed that and just gone around the back for safekeeping.
Very smart. God, I love the final session of the Bowls Premier League, Howie. There's so much going on. What's Rob McMullen done? Another good home. Developing a nice little catchment. Look where Aaron Tees is putting his foot there. That's where he wants Corey Wedlock to land.
Yeah, they're trying to force Robert to play the perfect weight, really. So he's got to be careful. If he overplays it, the jack could spring out to the Tweed bowls. But if he plays it right, he could turn this into 2 or 3 shots for the Tridents.
Good game of chess going on.
Yeah, I'm not sure he's going to get down. He's trying. Just another bowl waiting.
So he's got 1 more to come. So it was a 5 double to 10 next door for the Steamers. They lead at 11-1 against the Pulse. The Pulse looking to stitch up top spot or a top 2 position. They have finished on top here before at BPL 12. They did go out in straight sets though.
Okay, Robert McMullen.
Huge.
Can he turn this set on its head? Looking to try and remove the shot bowl, turn it onto the jack. What an effort.
Good try.
1 bowl high. Played perfect speed for the shot.
So 1 to the Ospreys. They lead it 3-2 with an end to play, and they call their power play, although largely inconsequential because pretty much if they lose this end, it's either a tie or Tasmania can win it with a multiple. If they win the end, well, they win it anyway.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So Tassie, although it would have been nice for Rob to get that, they still probably feel they're a big chance in this set. They've
Dropping
got
a 1's not the worst case scenario, especially when they got last bowl.
That's right, chasing a 2 to win the set, last bowl.
And you can understand the exact scenario of what you have to do. And worst case, if they need to, they can kill an end.
Yeah, important. Beck gets the team off to a good start here.
It's running. Just hasn't quite got the carry. Sydney Lions lead the Melbourne Extreme 3-1 after 2. Oh, after 3, sorry.
And another Another decent shot there by Teasy. He's led well this match so far.
I'll tell you what, his form throughout the week has gotten better and better and better. Started on shaky ground, the reigning MVP, but he's put himself into the lead position. And he's just improved. Beck Van Ash just rolling past.
Teasy would love to nail it here. Just fell short. Chance for Beck. Oh, she's been put off by the marker running, the umpire running across to the next rink. Regroups, settles herself, and looking to draw the shot.
So the Ospreys, if they lose, they'll be out. They'll be the first defending champions to not make the finals since BPL19, when the reigning champions in the Lions missed out at Club Pine Rivers.
So it looks like the Ospreys holding, but it's a tricky head for Wedlock to get to. He doesn't want to promote the Tridents bowl.
So Rob McMullen just standing there while this delivery comes down, surveying his options very quick on the mat. He's decided...
I think he'll just be arriving, confident draw through his own bowls.
Because the thing is, he can afford to promote his own.
Exactly right. He can turn it up and over.
That's exactly what he wants to do. He's not far, but he doesn't want to promote that Ospreys bowl.
Yeah.
And it has gone through. It's 2 now for Tweed.
Yeah, it's nothing for wide there for Robert. He obviously had the Tweed heads bowl he could have worked off under the line as well. So be disappointed with that. It's made his next shot a lot harder.
Aaron T saying get one back just in case. And again, that tactical nous of the Ospreys coming into show. Being established. Moreton Bay lead Perth 5-1.
So he's swapping to the forehand, looking to sit the shot bowl, or he promotes his own.
Well, I tell you what, he's not far away. And that pushes the jack and probably keeps it as a 2 to the Ospreys. Nope, down to 1. So he has cut it down.
It's not bad. It gives him a chance. He's got a better chance now down on the backhand, trying to trail the jack through, sit the shot bowl.
So a Tasmanian 1 ties the set. A Tasmanian 2 wins it for them. The Ospreys will just win the end and
interesting
set's
here.
over.
I wonder if Corey was tempted to try and block him, knowing Rowdy does use a tighter bowl. Try and block that backhand shot. Would have made it very difficult.
Seen Tweed use that ploy a lot this week on the TV rink, that's for sure. Don't think he's going for anything of that sort.
He's trying to just get back to that back red bowl, just in case Rowdy trails the jack. If he gets it, he might only make 1 rather than 2. So just forcing him to play the perfect weight, really.
So the situation is clear. I think timeout has been called. Clear situation. Needs to get a 2 to win the set. A 1 ties it. Rob McMullen, over to you. Talk us through it, Andrew Howie.
He's very close.
He's not far away at all.
Where's the jack going? Oh, stiff.
So it is 1 to the Ospreys. Double that to 2. They take the opening set 5-2. Rob Rowdy McMullen, very, very close. Beck Van Ash comes off. Taylor Mayle comes on.
What an effort.
Aaron Tees comes off. Chloe Shewitt comes on. So 2 new leads coming in. And the first set goes the way of the Tweed Heads Ospreys. Should they win, they will be in. They lose, they're done. That's the equation. The Tridents will have to rely on other results if they were to lose, but they still would be a chance. But the Steamers, the way they're going, they might knock them right out of contention.
Yeah, and obviously Adelaide Pioneers are up against the Hawks as well in the first set.
Yeah, that's true. The Pioneers lead that 5-2. The result for that the Pioneers need, well, it's a bit of a disaster for them because the two teams that they didn't need to be winning are winning. The Ospreys have taken the first set and the Steamers have taken the first set 11-5 over the Pulse. So if both of them win, the Pioneers are out of contention and will miss out, even if they do get the job done.
Yeah, may have just left their run a little bit late, Val, to sneak into the finals. But who knows? Still a set to play and still anybody's chance of making that top 5.
Well, I recall a couple of years ago at BPL19 when the Gold Coast Hawks led a set and 4-2 against the Melbourne Extreme, just needing to win to get through. And then disaster struck and they went from 3rd to 7th in the space of one match and missed the finals.
Yes.
So BPL14.
Yeah, good start here by Chloe. Come in as a substitute and, 3 pretty good bowls.
Her ability to come in cold and be so close to the jack is so impressive. Taylor Mayle, what has he got in reply? He was mega in their last match against the Pirates.
Looking to promote his own bowl. He's done well. If it's not shot, it's at least second.
It is one. Been talking during the week that Chloe Stewart has a 50% strike rate when she plays the BPL. She's played in 8 and won 4.
Wow.
It's quite amazing.
That nearly would have to be the best track record, I would say, Val.
I believe it is.
It's hard enough to win 1, let alone 4.
I know. Well, there's players that have been playing for a very long time that haven't been able to get one. Look at Scott Thorburn and Wayne Rudiger. They've played in 5 grand finals and haven't won any. It's almost cruel.
Yes, can be at times sport, can't it, Val?
Yep.
Okay, Corey Wedlock looking to draw the shot. If he promotes Chloe's front bowl, he will have it. Any touch on the jack obviously is a bonus.
First set tied between the Pioneers and the Hawks.
Wow, so that does not help Adelaide at all. Won't help their
net sets.
They
are +3, so it's not bad, but a win is all they need. They just have to win and then see what happens around them, but they are going to be in that unfortunate position about relying on other results. What has Rob McMullen got in reply? They're holding 1. They need to win this set.
Has to be a bit quick unless he does sit the bowl.
Well, it's fallen back. Look at this catchment that they have here to the left of your screen.
Yeah. Looks like it's 1 or 2 to Tasmania.
Does Corey Wedlock have to put one there, or is he just going to go for the jack here?
I think he's got to draw the shot, Val. If he draws it and then Rowdy somehow trails the jack, then you can't do much about that.
He's going to be tight. Can he promote his own?
I think it's just a draw shot. He'll be looking to beat the wing Ospreys bowl there and count.
Rob McMullen.
Probably needs to take a couple of feet off his second delivery. He just was running a little bit.
Wants it to get down. I think he's a bit too high. So we're going to get a measure here just to ensure.
Yeah, be disappointed with that. Those sort of free hits, Val, as we call them in the bowls world, they're so important, especially in the BPL format. You've got to really try and take those chances when you have them.
They only won 1 end in that opening set, but it was very, very close in terms of the heads, and I think we only really scored in singles. So that is a 2 to start proceedings in the second for the Tridents. A much-needed one at that. They lead at 2-0 as they look to try and force this to a tie-break and win if they can to ensure a second-ever finals appearance at the Bowls Premier League. Their last and only was in BPL19. They knocked off the Steamers in the first final. They had that bizarre ploy where they made a substitution on every end. It was Beck Van Ash coming off, Mark Knight's coming on, and Taylor Mayle remaining as the skip.
Yeah, they're playing one direction, the leads.
Yeah.
Just focusing on one direction each. So, interesting.
It worked.
Yeah, no one's used that for BPL19.
I reckon we'll see it tonight if Tasmania get through, that's for sure. Beck's always got something up her sleeve, and so does Mark Strochnetter.
It's good to see. Like, if you can take those little small advantages that potentially could be there in analysing the game, like someone like Beck does, it's it could pay dividends. So loose start here by both leads.
I like where Chloe's is though, because at least if you're a fair way past, at least you're past. Any movement of that jack closer to the ditch. Taylor Mayle, that's coming around quite nicely. Just still doesn't have the legs. Short is not where you want to be. Well, the Perth Suns have tied the opening stanza against the Moreton Bay Pirates, Andrew Howie.
Wow,
We've had 2 tied sets.
They were down. I did see the last bowler, Carl, putting the jack into the ditch, but I didn't realise it was enough to get them a draw.
They were down 5-1 and they lead at 1-0 in the second. Could the Perth Suns have a say in what happens if the Moreton Bay Pirates lose? They could be in trouble.
Yeah, amazing. Tension is definitely in the air, Val.
The rink closest to us, the Sydney Lions, have won the first set in their bid to try and reach top spot. At the moment, the way it sits with the Melbourne Pulse losing the first set to the Steamers, that will be the case.
Yeah, so Chloe just slipping through. So the Tridents holding shot at the moment. Plenty of room for the skippers, McMullen and Wedlock. Rowdy looking to draw the shot, touches a bonus, back to Van Ash's bowl.
So he's just going to be a little quick here. But, just high, sorry. Not too quick in the end. Pulled up.
Yeah, a little bit too much room for a player of Corey's talent. He's a bit quick, so it depends what he gets here. He's got the jack. Well played.
And those bowls of Chloe Stewart could come into play. Who knows? 1 to the Ospreys at the moment.
So it's important here that Rowdy, if he does miss, he does get past and stays up. Just gives himself a chance and just covers a bit of trouble there in here. So he's looking to work off the red bowl, which is just in front of Jack High there.
He doesn't want to find any sort of a gap here.
No, Mayday here, Val. He doesn't want the jack.
Oh, that is very, very, very fortunate. But he didn't want to end up in the ditch either, because that just asks more of a question on his final bowl.
They're in a bit of trouble here, Tassie. Corey just gets this bowl past. Oh, he's just crashed. He'd be disappointed with that. He's blocked, and he's potentially blocked the shot he might want to play with his last, unfortunately.
So, Rob McMullen, this is huge.
He needs, in my opinion, Val, he needs another bowl on the head here. If he plays weight and goes into the ditch, Corey could remove both of the Tasmanian bowls for a massive count. He's playing weight. This is fraught with danger.
It is. Front bowl crashes through, and that, well, that's not going to do anything. Corey Wedlock an opportunity to either get rid of the 2 bowls and make a number.
No, I think he's...
Or just draw.
I think he'll be trying to turn Chloe's onto the jack here now. Or rest the Tridents bowl.
He's not far away. What can he get?
He's made 2.
That is enough for a couple for the Tweed Heads Ospreys. They level proceedings in this second set. Fortunate for the Tridents that they didn't give up more. And we are at level pegging. Ospreys need to win, they're in. The Tridents need to win, and they're in.
May as well keep going, mate.
Everyone needs to win.
They all need to win at the moment.
Except the Extreme and the Hawks.
Yeah.
They don't need to win, but they want to. And we've had a tied set between the Pioneers and the Hawks on the TV rink. The Pioneers desperately need to win and hope that other results go their way, which at the moment, they're probably not. This has been a marvellous morning of drama at the Bowls Premier League. It couldn't happen to Tasmania again, could it?
Yeah, part of me, Val, I know I've got to try and sit on the fence as the event manager. Part of me would love to see them make it. They've played so good all week.
I know. And it was the last BPL, they were in the top 5 for probably 90% of the competition. They finished 8th. And they were a win off 5th. It was cruel what happened. But that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. And
yeah, great start here by Taylor Mayo. He's nailed his first one.
They have to be on the money this end. And I dare say if Tasmania win it, we're going to see Wayne Turley call a power play. Those are still to come. A tiebreak is the only way Tasmania can win this. Perth Suns trailing 2-1 in the second set against Moreton Bay. Moreton Bay need to win to ensure their finals position. They lose and, well, their tournament comes under a lot of pressure. What has Chloe Stewart delivered? Second shot.
He's close again here. 3 good bowls. That's brilliant. Great shooting, Taylor Mayo.
Mega. His role in the first match this morning as the skip against Alex Marshall was crucial. It's probably best on.
Yeah, Wedlock on the forehand here, looking to rest on Mayle's bowl or turn the jack out. He's turned his back on it, just high. So, McMullen to put the pressure on. I think the call is to go around the back early.
Yep. Might as well do it with your first. Melbourne Pulse lead 2-0 against the Steamers after 2 in the second set. They're looking to resurrect their match. Well, that's too quick from Rob McMullen, and he will not be pleased with that.
Yeah, a little bit of a lapse in concentration perhaps. He's overcooked that one, trying to get past the head. So Wedlock switching to the backhand, looking for the jack. Just missed.
But he's got one around the back.
He does. I think McMullen's back to the forehand now. The call obviously is to draw the shot.
What has Rob McMullen done?
He looks quick, Val.
He does.
He's got to a good home, however.
He has. That catchment there was looming in terms of the blue and yellow bowls. But now there's a tinge of red in there as well.
Okay, free hit time.
This has to be an end victory for Tasmania, but barring catastrophe, it will be.
Just needs to drop a yard of weight on his last.
If he can pop in a third.
He's a lot closer.
Taylor Mail doesn't mind. It needs to keep running. And I don't think it's gotten there, but it's wiggled and rolled.
I think he could have counted. It's close.
1 taken out, 2 taken out. Oh, it's not far at all.
2.
That is just the 2. So they lead at 4-2. Wayne Turley says power play. And substitution as well. So he's got both signs up. Chloe Stewart coming off. Double shots on offer for the Ospreys. As Tasmania continue this fight.
Yeah, it's been a game of 2 ways, Val. Tasmania have been playing really good in the direction we just went. And if I was coach, I would have been nearly tempted to call the power play then. And now Tweed are going back this way where they have been dominating the head. So,
but
will they? Yes.
The final end, Tasmania will have the power play in their stronger end towards the Greens clubhouse.
Yep, but it could be to no avail, so to
Yeah.
speak. They could have potentially burnt it or wasted it, so to speak. But a great opening bowl there by Mail. And T's right on it, straight off the bench. Well played.
The Pioneers lead 3-0. Second set against the Hawks. The first was tied. 3 singles scored so far in that second stanza. The Suns trail 2-1 against the Pirates. They need to win to ensure that they can force a finals issue. That one won't come into the equation from Taylor Mail. Pulse lead 2-1 as well as they look to resurrect their match against the Steamers. There's plenty going on. The rink in front of us, the Extreme lead Sydney 2-1 in the second set. Lions took the first. Aaron Tees a little bit short. That won't count.
Yeah, the calls arrive. Trail the jack.
Get on the attack.
This would be a big shot if you could produce it, especially on the Ospreys power play.
He's going to crash. And still one, I believe.
Potentially got the shot out of it, but the heads, if Teasy can sit this bowl out, it's going to look very ugly for McMullen to get out of.
Yeah. Marker indicates 1 to the Ospreys.
And it is arriving. Sit the bowl, trail the jack.
He's a bit high here.
The wind got him a bit there, Val. A big gust. And
that was a huge gust, wasn't it? So after the match, we're going to bring you the full ladder and the full finals positions. We'll stay on until all the matches are done. Of course, at 1 o'clock today, we've got the Junior BPL Challenge final between the Melbourne Extreme, or the Sunbury Extreme, and the Moama Steamers. Addie Ryan, Kane Wilson and Josh Cartwright for Moama against Emily Davies, Logan Marshall and Jonty Hayes. That's coming up on Ringside Live. But before that, this one's going to come underneath here from Rob McMullen. Through the gap. Will it stay on? Nope.
He's just gone in the ditch. So Wedlock on the backhand. No messing around. Straight into it.
Corey does not muck around on the mat at all. He's very quick. Similar to Aaron Wilson and Aaron Sheriff.
It's a good shot there. He gave it a chance and it's in the game. McMullen needs to draw the shot here. It's a lot closer. Will it turn back to the jack?
Rob McMullen.
Oh,
he did everything that he
turned
could.
Too much in the end.
That is desperately close.
So forehand yard away, as you can see, Teasy calling the shot for Wedlock. Looking to try and turn his bowl onto the jack and take the danger away.
Has it come in for the second? No.
Okay.
So now what are we going to see here from Rob McMullen? There's a target there if he wants to play to it.
He's got to be careful of his weight here, Val, because he doesn't want to get the Tweed head bowl onto the jack.
And then push it
and he'd
back.
Be 2 down, Wedlock another one to play.
Which could be 6.
It's literally a yard away at most, mate. Turn his bowl up onto the jack for 2.
It's an Ospreys power play, so anything that the Ospreys score, if they do, gets doubled. They're currently holding 1. Rob McMullen with his final bowl of this 4th end. It's crucial too.
He's unsure.
I think he's under.
He is under.
And, oh, has he just rolled that in for 2?
He has.
That is a disaster.
Worst possible result.
Oh, Taylor just kicked it out. There's one more to come. Oh, he declared.
Yeah.
So, Rob McMullen is not happy at all. All of a sudden, that means that if it is 2, or if it is 3...
It's measured for 2, Val, so it's...
They are measuring for 2.
2 would turn into 4 shots on their power play.
Which would put them 2 ahead.
So it would mean the Tridents
have
need
to score a 2
on the last end. And it is, of course, their power play, so...
That is a 2 to the Tweed Heads Ospreys. You double that to 4. Is that the body blow that the Tasmania Tridents might not be able to emerge from? Double shots on offer for the Apple Isle.
Yeah, I think Rowdy just needs to regroup there. He wasn't far off. He was unlucky, but his second bowl, he played an absolute bomb and just clipped the front bowl. So just regroup and just know you're going to have a chance to make a 2 to win the set and force a tie break. So he needs Mail to start well.
So they score a 1 here. They tie the set. The Ospreys win. The Tridents are done.
Yeah, good start.
And Taylor Mail, huge. They score a 2. They win the set. They force a tie break.
So T's looking to take off a yard of weight here. Draw the shot. He's very close. Oh, Aaron Tees. Well played. Back toucher. So it's important here. Mail gives his bowl a bit of a chance. Make sure he's up. He does get past. He's good. It sets it up for Robert. He's done well. Over on rink 1, the Perth Suns have just picked up a 3, which turned to 6 on their power play, Val.
1 end to go there, which means they lead at 7-4.
Wow.
Against the Pirates. Could the Suns make a charge? I think it's a Pirates power play.
It is. Yep.
Oh,
you're correct.
My word.
And the first set was a draw, so...
The Suns were down 5-1 in that set. They levelled it at 5-all. And they were 4-1 down here. Oh, my word.
Taylor Mail, what a shot.
They're currently holding set at the crossover.
Well played. Pressure back on the Ospreys.
He has been moulded by the pressure this morning. Continuing to handle the big situation.
So Wedlock, as cool as you like, down on the forehand, trying to draw the shot.
Is he going to get the bowls? How far through has that gone?
He's got the shot. Well played.
Asking the question of Rob McMullen again. They will have last bowl, Tasmania, so they'll understand this situation.
Yep. He's just looking to get another one in there. He draws a toucher. He's a couple. Of course, turns Corey's bowl out. Oh,
I think...
Not sure. Could be the shot.
Not sure. So, Moama and the Pulse, they could be on track for a tie-break as well. The Pulse lead 4-1 after 4 in the second.
So the breeze is up, and it has got Corey's bowl. Okay. I think this is where he wants to do it, Val.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to save it for his last.
He doesn't want the pressure for his last bowl at all, but Rob McMullen, this is big.
He's just got to give his bowl a chance. Turns his own, he gets the shot. He's only got to turn Aaron Tease's, Corey Wedlock's bowl up once, and he would be sitting 3 or 4.
He's watching intently.
Needs it to hold. He's
knocks
done
his
well.
own up.
He's done well.
But the thing is, it's not enough as of yet.
But, Val, it's made his,
Yeah.
it's made his, if it all stays the same, it's made his last shot a lot easier. Knowing Robert does use that tighter bowl, he would have found it very difficult to get back to Corey's shot. So now he can get to the back edge of his own bowl and kick the jack across. So timeout called, yeah.
What are we going to see here? All of them are in conversation.
I think the question will be, so Corey's twice tried to cover the 2 red bowls at the bottom of screen there. And I think that's probably still the ploy. You've got to get there. If Robert gets to the back edge of the shot bowl, that's where the jack's going. I guess the decision is, does Corey take a punt and try and play a little bit more weight and sit him out, just get him right out of the head? But that is very risky. So I think it's just drawing down to those 2 bowls.
Corey Wedlock.
He's totally proved me wrong here, Val. He's trying to draw the jack off, or is he trying to block it?
Well, he won't be blocking.
Not sure. We'll never know.
So didn't get to where he needed to be. So Rob McMullen sprints as far as bowls go. That is a sprint. Down to his bowl to pick it up. The Pioneers, they've won. So that's one of the equations for Adelaide. They've gotten the job done. Rob McMullen to keep Tasmania.
He's unsure
in the tournament.
He's unsure about it. He's done it.
He's got it. Robert
McMullen.
McMullen has forced a tiebreak 2, doubled to 4, and we are going to a tiebreak. Tasmania live on to fight another set.
Wow. It's like the weight of the world was on his shoulders then. He's just stood in the middle of the green, Val, wiped the sweat off his forehead and thought, wow, we're going to a tiebreak.
That is something special. The Tasmania Tridents off the canvas. And everybody back onto the rink. The Ospreys have got the mat. So Tasmania will have last bowl here. Chloe Stewart to start things. Steamers in the pulse. They've gone to a tiebreak, Andrew Howie.
I'm just sort of trying to keep an eye on this end rink as well, Val. I reckon, I've got a feeling Moreton Bay Pirates are holding the game over
If they hold 2, it's a double to 4. They win and the Suns are out.
I'm pretty sure they are holding 2.
So currently on a live ladder, the Adelaide Pioneers are in 4th.
Amazing.
But the other 4 matches are still to be completed. If the Pulse beat the Steamers are done. And the Pulse are currently holding in the tiebreak.
Carl Healy has just drawn the jack for the Suns. So they are holding match. Alex Marshall, 1 bowl to go. So back to our coverage here. Chloe Stewart looking to nail the jack for her side. She's very close. What a great shot.
Hat off from Corey Wedlock. Big high five as well. Beck Van Ash with the last of the lead bowls. We still have no idea what this finals lineup is going to look like.
So Beck, important here. If she's not getting the shot, she's arriving. Alex Marshall on the end has just taken Carl Healy's bowl out to win the game for the Pirates.
That is heartbreaking for the Perth Suns. Alex Marshall does it yet again. He has sunk the Perth Suns with his last bowl twice this tournament.
That's why he's the GOAT, Val.
It is literally a tiebreak 2 days ago. He did the same thing.
Okay. Draw it off's the call.
Wow.
Taylor Mail.
So the Moreton Bay Pirates, they're playing the finals. What's Taylor Mail got?
He's just going to slip under.
The Melbourne Pulse currently holding sway against the Steamers in their tiebreak.
Okay. Teasy doesn't need to go near it here. Just needs to try and match the Tridents bowl. Get one past the jack. He's done well. He's done real well there.
So 3 matches to be decided. But the inconsequential pretty much this Sydney and Extreme one. Sydney, I reckon we've pretty much got covered. They're a set 9-4 to the good.
I'm nervous, Val, and I'm not even playing, mate.
I am mightily
tense.
stressed here. This is insane.
So Male's played weight there. He's actually, it's not the end of the world. He's now got best back, he's got the spot, and he's got second shot. So, Wedlock, what will he do? Does he try and cover, try and get a yard past, try and split the 2 red bowls up, or does he go right to the back and try and get the spot?
At this stage, it's going to come down to the last bowl. The Melbourne Pulse, they're holding against Moama in a tie break.
So Wedlock looking to just slip past, split the 2 Tridents bowls.
And that is what he's done.
He's done pretty well. Any jack movement now, the Tridents will hold shot. So the call is 2 to 3 yards of weight. Turning the bowl onto the jack, and then it would be anybody's game from there.
We'll head to the...
They're unsure. He's just gone.
He's just gone through, but he's knocked that Ospreys bowl away. So...
The Pulse have defeated the Steamers.
So the Pulse will finish on top of the table. So we do apologise. We've got some bowlers standing in front of the camera. There's a lot on the line here, so we can't get too annoyed.
So the call is, yeah, Teasy's standing there because he's trying to get Wedlock to get right back to the spot. Which he's done well.
Yep. So it comes down to this. What do we see from Rob McMullen?
Mate, it's a hard shot.
Yeah.
He's playing a yard to 2 yards away. Turn the bowl onto the jack.
Nominate for the kill even. No. So here we go. Rob McMullen. Can he do it again? Can he do it again?
Rob McMullen! He's done it!
Rob Rowdy McMullen puts the Tasmania Tridents into the finals.
Wow.
He has done it again. He saved them in the second set. And he saved them in the tiebreak.
He's played 2 of the biggest bowls you'll see, Val. Last end of the set, in the second set, he's drawn to win the set. And then he's played one of the toughest shots, 2 yards away, turned it onto the jack to win the game for the Tridents.
That is one of the most epic finishes you will see. Bad luck for the Tweed Heads Ospreys. They, unfortunately, the defending champs, they're out. First time since BPL 15. But what does it mean for the rest of the competition? Have the Pioneers made it?
Well,
I think
they have.
The Adelaide
Moama
Pioneers
Steamers are out. They've been beaten.
I think the Pioneers have done a Lazarus once again. They have. The Adelaide Pioneers will be playing the finals at BPL19.
Unbelievable. 3 teams, Val, have been knocked out in this round on the last bowl.
That is something special.
Unbelievable. Alex Marshall's taken the Perth Suns bowl out to win the game and put them in.
So the Suns, had they have won,
the
Suns would have been in.
Unbelievable.
So Alex Marshall has broken their hearts beyond belief. So the Sydney Lions are still playing against the Melbourne Extreme right now because they're going for a top 2 finish. So should they win, they will finish top 2. And the first final will be the Pulse and the Lions. But we're going to wait. I think we're going to try and chat to Rob McMullen here. So we'll get him on. He's going to chuck the headphones on and we'll speak with Rob McMullen. Once he gets the microphone sorted, we'll get his mic ready. But Rob Rowdy McMullen, congratulations, the Tasmania Tridents. They're playing finals, and that's largely because of you, my friend. Congratulations. What's going through your mind right now?
I don't know. I don't know what to think. It's wow. I didn't think we were any chance to win that game, but yeah, we somehow snuck through. So it was.
Mate, you've played 2 of the biggest bowls you'll see. The last end of the second set, drawn for 2, and then you've played probably one of the hardest shots on the carpet. Turn the ball onto the jack for a yard away. You must be stoked, mate. You must be proud of yourself.
Yeah. It's been, even if we just missed out, it's been a pretty good week for us. You know, all the games have been really tight, and we've never really been smashed in any games, so we've been in every game. So it's nice to have a win and pay off, and now we're in finals, so anything can happen.
It was genuine heartbreak in November where you guys were in the top 5 for almost the entirety of the tournament. You came 8th. It was desperately unlucky, but now how does it feel to get that revenge of a sort? And you've got yourself into the finals for the first time for you personally, the second time for the Tridents. You know, how does that feel for you in terms of just that, you know, resurrection or redemption of sort?
It's nice. It's obviously very good. Yeah, we were very, very stiff on last year, and I had a fair bit of time to think about it between then and now. So it's certainly nice to finally get in there and hopefully do the state proud. So yeah.
No, good on you, mate. You've got a great combination. Obviously, you get on so well. And what we've noticed, you're enjoying yourself out there, which is great to see. But you'll be playing the Adelaide Pioneers in an elimination final at 4 o'clock.
There you go.
They have come from the clouds to make the finals. So, mate, go rest up and get ready for what is going to be a big clash.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's going to be great. Thank you very much, guys.
Rob, thank you for joining us. We'll let you go and enjoy that win because that was one of the more remarkable wins that you will see at a Bowls Premier League. Congratulations. We'll see you at 4 o'clock.
Oh, thanks very much, Val. Thanks, Andrew. Cheers, mate.
That is an absolutely sensational win for the Tasmania Tridents, Howie, and they should be so proud of themselves for coming out of that. They were set down. They were down game in the second set. They were down game in the tiebreak, and Rob McMullen on both occasions came up with the goods. And
yeah, you're right, Val. Team effort, but Tweed, they can't be too disappointed. They've missed out on finals, but they couldn't do much more. They played a great game, and it's taken 2 absolute screamers to get Tassie across the line. So it's shattering. There's a few shattered teams out there at the moment, but that's what the BPL's all about. Our teams are so close. There's nothing that really separates them, and what a finish. I can't wait till 4 o'clock, mate, and we see the finals kick off.
Yes, so I'm trying to get the Sydney Lions have beaten they've knocked off the Melbourne Extreme in straight sets, and so I'm just trying to see what the net sets is going to be here. So the Lions have finished on top of the table. So the ladder looks like this. Sydney on top. The Pulse have finished in second despite winning, so they've actually dropped a position despite winning because of the net sets. So they've lost by half a set. That's what the difference is right there. The Moreton Bay Pirates, they are in. They've finished in third position. The Tridents, they're fourth. The Pioneers, fifth. Absolutely resurrected out of nowhere, the Adelaide Pioneers. Moama, they've finished in sixth. The home team out. Tweed Heads Osprey, defending champion, out. First time in 4 events that the defending champs won't be playing in the finals. The Perth Suns, heartbreak for them. 8 wins, they miss out on the final bowl of Alex Marshall. Had they have won, they would have been in. The Gold Coast Hawks, they are out. They lost in. They finished with 7 wins. The Melbourne Extreme finished with 6. So they round out the bottom 5. But the first final at 4 o'clock, what we're going to see, Andrew Howie, is the Tasmania Tridents against the Adelaide Pioneers. The winner of that will go on to play the Moreton Bay Pirates in the second final. The third final will see the qualifying final of the Sydney Lions and the Melbourne Pulse, which the winner will go to the grand final. The preliminary final, second last match of the night, the winner of third, fourth and fifth goes on to play the loser of first and second. And the final match of the night, the grand final. We look forward to it all. Andrew Howie, thank you for joining me this morning. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks, Val. Thanks for having me. Can't wait for tonight. Thanks.
There's plenty more still to come on Ringside Live, though, because we've got the Junior BPL Challenge Final coming up at 1 o'clock in just over half an hour's time between Moama Steamers, Addie Ryan, Kane Wilson and Josh Cartwright. Then we've got the Sunbury Extreme of Emily Davies, Logan Marshall and Jonty Hayes. Well, what a BPL it's been. We can't wait for it tonight. 4 o'clock, Fox Sports, KO and Sky Sports NZ. You will see it all unfold. But until 1 o'clock it's been Val Febo throughout the entire BPL on Ringside Live. A big thank you to Sophie Kurzman for everything she put in throughout the week. Paul Holschke for yesterday and Andrew Howie for this morning. Still a little bit to come with the Junior BPL Challenge to come at 1 o'clock, but a big thank you as well to Lockie Williams, who has done an abundance of work putting all the pictures together for you throughout this Bowls Premier League. 4 o'clock, that's when the finals start. We can't wait for that BPL Challenge to come in half an hour. Bye for now.